Oh shit! Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! What a fucking night this is gonna be. Yeah, I could just tell by the look on Johnny's face. Even in the dark, it's going to be an interesting evening.
You can. I try to keep it down. I try to keep the lights down low. It's romantic, the setting. The way I'm going to come off tonight, it's better that the lights are low. This way I don't scare anybody with the tragedy of the WWE.
Wow! 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 Good evening, everybody. What's going on? Welcome to tonight's episode of Breaking Raw. Look, I guess. Hey, wait. How do I do that? Let me see. Where's our song, John? Where's our fucking song? We have a song now.
We have an intro. Yes, you do.
Yo, it's Monday night, the lights shine bright. Chubby and Johnny bring it the insight. We recap the show, every slam and every throw. In the ring, all the drama, just let it flow. Sit, play tight, let's break it down raw. Monday Night Raw, we're running like a clock. Chubby and HotBody, we're ready to rock. In the square circle, nothing's ever the same. Breaking down the action, we're playing the game.
The more I hear it, the more I love that song.
I liked it from the first time, quite seriously. Something about that.
It's catchy, right?
That rhythm. It's just something that I could see Chubby Dudley coming out to the fans going crazy and you hitting the front row.
You just busted the whole groove because you know that's not happening. Oh shit! All right, guys.
Welcome him in, or do you?
I'm gonna. Well, hey, look. I always got to start out with, no offense, but the seniority rule goes into effect. The master, the man that's going to be raised on the fucking banner, or as Joel will say, lowered on the banner, Mr. Johnny HotBody.
Good evening, everyone, or good morning to depending on when you're going to watch this on YouTube.
Right.
And as far as whether it's being up or down, it's going to happen, and that's the main thing that counts. And you could welcome in our guest because you invited him here, and I don't have any idea why he's here, but I sure would like to hear his spin on things. And I'm sure the rest of the people out there that will listen to this
Johnny
eventually will like to hear what he has to say.
Well, actually, he kind of fucking invited himself, so he's here. So
he must be from Philadelphia, ignorant.
Actually, he's from the Pittsburgh area, and he's been a huge supporter of the show, the Chubby Dudley world, the CWO, and also he is, I call him, as I introduced him to Joel, as the belt guy. He is the guy that got us the belts made, the TWA belts that we have. And he is Gianni, and you always see him in the comments, but he's going to join us tonight and chime in and give us his feedback on tonight's episode of Raw.
Happy to be here. Thank you for having me. Even though I did kind of ask to be on tonight. So, I mean, to be on with two legends, why not? You know what I mean? Come on.
Well, that's a little bit too much of, how would you, an accolade that I don't think I'm really
how many
worthy
more
of, but thank you.
signatures do we need, Bay?
Let me see here. So, I'm a little like, this fucking petition, I'm really pissed because there's like some shenanigans going on here. Because once we hit about 800, our goal was 1,000. We would like get to 825, and then we would lose 10 votes, and et cetera, et cetera. And so now we broke 900, and we were up to 915 the other night, and right now we're at 905. So I don't know what's going on there.
Well, here's the thing with the electronic world that we live in. At one time, I did have a YouTube channel, and I had over 600 subs, as you would call them, and or followers, whatever. And overnight, I lost over 300 of them, and was never able to recover from what they refer to as a shadow ban. Sometimes I spoke my mind a little bit too freely on YouTube, and the algorithm did pick it up. And I believe that's what it has to do with as far as the numbers going up or down. In the end, we will have them, Chubby, and you know that. And I'm sure everyone's well aware of that. You know, it's the 1,000 vote that you have to worry about, because then if you could drop 100 overnight.
Exactly.
But anyway, come on, let's go move on. Let's move on.
Go. All right, let me just run through some people real quick. We got Magic Mike Ferrara in the house. What's up, guys?
Good evening, Mike.
Shells in the house. She says, "What's up, guys?" Tim Mendeville, hello. Stan the Man Collins, what's up, everybody? Mike says, "What's up, Gianni?" And he also says, "CWO for life."
You don't have any hand signs with that, do you?
No, it's just my belly, Chubby.
Hold on.
Welcome everyone that's here. We have some regulars out there.
I'm too slow to be doing hand signs. Come on, I'm not East Coast, West Coast. I'm fucking 9th Street Italian Market, motherfucker. All right, here we go. Tonight's show, I'm going to say, was probably the absolute worst WWE show I've seen since I restarted watching the product over a year ago. I thought, holy shit, this is like, what, week 6 into the Netflix world? And it's amazing how bad the product has dropped off in a mere 6 weeks.
Well, you have to expect the number one show to be their loaded show, and give you a lot of hopeful things to, but as we all know, Pandora never released hope. You know what I'm saying? And as far as what I've seen tonight, I think it was a hell of a lot better show than we witnessed on the Vengeance card. Although I was a little bit rough on that Vengeance card. Those guys, all those young guys coming up are great talents to beat. Hopefully one day. They need to remove the ideal of 4 dudes coming out in a mask is going to draw any attention to the show. As far as tonight's the show goes, though, I think it wasn't as bad as what I seen the last 2 weeks with the women's matches, with all the screaming and there's so much nothing in the first 20 minutes, and then to have to sit through so many commercials and then having to pay for Netflix, that's a crime in its own. And I know there's a lot of people that get a lot of enjoyment out of Netflix, but to have commercial after commercial after commercial, it's worse than what USA was.
That's because they want people to go for it's probably like a $20 plan a month to get rid of the commercials, which is ridiculous.
$24.99.
$24.99.
Yeah.
Do the commercials from wrestling go away, or is it just the commercials from their prime?
No, all the commercials. I would think it's all the commercials.
It's like it's 4K and all that other crap. Yeah.
Well, at those prices, you're not really getting the wrestling for free.
Yeah.
Not at all. And then to be expected to have to pay for pay-per-views or pay for Peacock or whatever they're trying to shove down your whatever kind of cock they're trying to shove down your throat. to quote Shawn Michaels.
There you go. Hey, so, all right. So tonight's show opened up with the Sami Zayn KO video promo.
Am I coming in clear?
Oh yeah, you're good.
Yes.
Okay, because I can't.
Houston, we have a problem. We could hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear
me? I
me?
can't see Bay. Bay's circling, so.
I'm circling. No, that's you. That's on your head. Johnny, can you see me good?
I see you, but he's correct. You do hit circles every now and then, but there you go. You know, that's to be expected. Okay. But, you know, we could live with that. Sorry. Let's get into the Sami Zayn thing, if you don't mind me.
Go ahead. You know what, John? Take the lead on this one. I would really love to hear your input on this.
Okay. Sami Zayn is as boring as watching golf to me. His character needs a lot of revivance. The begging for the crowd's approval all the time. I spoke about this already. Mm-hmm. I think he would make a better heel. But that being said, I believe Kevin Owens is one of the top talents that they have there. And I know a lot of people will disagree with that because they say he's not built like a wrestler, whatever. I don't think Van Vader was built like a wrestler. I don't think One Man Gang was built like a wrestler. Big fat guys, I don't think are built like wrestlers.
Haystacks yes, we are.
Calhoun.
Yes, well, we are.
Listen, was Haystacks Calhoun a sideshow act or was he a wrestler? Be for real.
He was sideshow.
Yeah. So let's be for real about it. You know, call it what it is, man. Call it what it is. Kevin Owens is a great talent. His agility. I know there's a lot of guys that they were probably smoking a pack of cigarettes right now, eating a bag of potato chips and drinking a soda. And they wouldn't be able to last 2 minutes with Kevin Owens. That's my opinion of Kevin Owens. He is a great talent. And I think he's a better talent as a champion than the Dustin Blows.
Let me ask this question, and this is like
or Cody. I'm sorry, I get so confused. Cody, I take Dustin. Stardust was a better talent. Yeah, that kid could work. Go ahead.
All right, tonight's show to me, starting with this, going through the whole show, and I question myself. I'm like, is it just because I know the business and I know what to expect? Or is the general fan also just so smart now that they also know what to expect? But from the start of the show with this promo where they show the video vignette, they do the build up, Sammy comes out, he gets on the mic in the ring and he's selling that he's hurt and he's holding the neck and he's doing the whole fucking thing. And then Adam Pearce comes out, Sammy, we can't do this match. You're not medically cleared. And as soon as he said it's not sanctioned, you know where they're going. And it's just like you instantly know. Like it's like they give it away so much so early, or is my experience in the business just giving it away? And I would love to know. Is that what's spoiling it for me now?
Mm-mm. They give it away so easy. I mean, it's so easy. I mean, me being the competent fan, I could literally stop watching wrestling for a month and know exactly what's going to happen.
Would you believe that that's because instead of wrestling doing what it should do, work its own, it's taking the advice of a bunch of wannabe smart marks. Everybody's a promoter. Everybody wants to see this. Listen, we all want something in life. Here's the bad part about that. Expect to be let down. That's about the best thing you should get in life? Let down.
Mm.
Because if you get these cards where it's so predictable, how long before you just don't buy a ticket? Hey, mommy. Hey, mommy. CM Punk. Who cares? Who cares about CM Punk or even John Cena at that point? You know, is it really worth following? Is it really worth the true fan that's following for the sport, not because he's able to tell the promoter, this is what I want to see, you're going to give it to me, or I'm not buying a ticket?
Well, you know what, John? I think you the word right the or the term, the disappointment, the letdown that you said. Do you think if they let down fans instead of giving them what they expect, it would be better?
Did you listen?
It would
If you
keep them
want to,
hanging on,
if you want to sell tickets, you keep them hanging on.
right?
If you give them what they want, that's not worth buying a ticket for.
Right.
Let them be disappointed. Hey, when I was a kid, I used to follow roller derby. The Warriors didn't win.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? When I
right.
was a kid, you know who I rooted for? The bad guy. I
Yeah.
didn't root for Pedro Morales. I couldn't stand Bruno Sammartino. But that's the fan. I mean, that's the fan. Being in the business, you do appreciate what these guys do and what we did. You know what I mean? But as far as a fan goes, I didn't like the good guys. They were boring. I used to
Yeah.
get up and go buy popcorn, whatever. Who wants to see Tito Santana? Who? Come on, man. Yeah, let's go.
Amoeba.
Yeah,
Can I ask you guys? Can I ask you guys a question? When you say
Yeah.
about wrestling, um, is it? Are you just talking WWE? Or are you talking wrestling as a whole, like New Japan, Impact, or TNA, or AEW, or
that's a
NWA?
different product. That's a different product altogether because you never know what you're going to get from New Japan. You never knew what you were going to get from the NWA before it got bought out and sold down the road. Before Hulk Hogan and the creeps moved in. You know what I mean? For a paycheck.
Yeah.
Back in the day, you didn't know who was going to win. There was suspense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If there's no suspense, why go? It's like, hey, I'm going to buy this book today, but I'm not going to read the book. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to read the end of it, and then I'm going to tell everybody everything about that book and how great it is. Come on, man.
You know what it's you know that scenario that John just said. Did you ever like when you go to the supermarket and the supermarket always has now um, the lottery machines, the self serve lottery
Hmm.
machines. How many times do you see it like the kiosk? They have like a little table there where you can fill out your pick six and lotto and Powerball and all that shit. How many times do you see piles of scratch off tickets there where people don't even scratch off the fucking ticket? They just scratch off the barcode and scan it. They take the whole fun
How
out of the
many of those
game.
Dude,
people? Now, how many of those people? Here you go. One, the psychology of the business. Let's use real psychology of the business, which is lacking in the business, which is what my biggest gripe is with the business. How many people win at those lottery tickets?
Oh
None.
God.
The numbers are so low.
Yeah.
Listen, we won't get into trying to make a joke out of it, but guess what? Every day, the same idiots go buy that scratch off ticket.
That's right.
Lose now. Apply that theory to horse racing. You know it's fixed. If you don't know it's fixed, I just broke the world's biggest secret. But anyway, you see millions of idiots, they line up too. They're trying to pay the parlay. They're trying to play the exacta. They're trying to play with themselves. All they're doing is throwing their money away, but they do it every time to lose. Do you see what I'm saying? They do it to lose. And when it comes to wrestling, you got to be disappointed. These agents are idiots. They got their heads up their asses. These bookers are morons. They don't deserve the jobs they have. you should be able to make something out of the roster you have in the WWE. And if you really want to do something talented with the WWE, you let the guys wrestle. You keep the entertainment, but you let them wrestle. Shh, it's a secret.
And Johnny,
Oh, somebody might get hurt. Oh, well, then maybe you should get a job picking grass.
Johnny, there's no such thing as a booker anymore. It's all writers and agents.
Wrong. Hey, check
Exactly.
this out. When the business hits rock bottom, which it is, when you got morons, I'm not allowed to name them, but when you got morons that are involved and they don't know their ass from a hole in the ground, the business will die. While Vince is away, these mice will play. Yeah, a whole group of idiots took down WCW. Those same group of idiots are trying to run WWE now. Do I need to say any more about what's truly going on with this business?
No.
Now, hey, you wanted to talk about wrestling. I'm giving everybody out there the truth, the hard truth. You should run the disclaimer. Feelings are going to get hurt, and I really don't give a shit what you think. I'm here to talk. You just want to hear the truth about the business. These are the ugly facts about the business. And I could get even uglier with these facts, and I could prove them hand over fist over hand over fist. There's a lot of guys that would love to work. And you know why they're not working? Because they know that the group that's in there are a bunch of fucking losers. I'm sorry about that harsh word. Losers.
I love this. I love when Johnny gets, oh my God.
You invited me in, and I'm going to talk about it.
All right. Magic Mike says, yo, Johnny, Santa took your subscriptions because of your like of Nia Jax.
Listen, Santa needs to take a ride up. Listen, man. If Santa knew anything about wrestling, he would shave his beard and comb his hair. You know what I mean? You look like a fat slob, Santa. Stop eating the cookies.
What are they doing with Kaiser? We'll get into that in a little bit. Mike says, this is an interesting statement. Sami Zayn is the Mick Foley of today.
No, he's not.
Obviously, Mike Ferreira doesn't know an elbow. Listen, buddy. I don't know how you might know the business or anything about the business. Sami Zayn couldn't tie Mick Foley's boots.
No.
And I don't speak too highly of many of the guys in ECW or any of the business. Really, I tell the truth about what I think about these guys. And as far as Mick Foley goes, he deserves more credit for The Rock than anyone. I believe he deserves Hollywood the way The Rock does. I believe he should own Hawaii the way The Rock does. But those are my opinions.
People say that it was Austin and Taker for the Attitude Era. Mick Foley was a big part of that.
Listen, Mick Foley. Listen, until Mick Foley, the Undertaker, was burying Yokozuna in a casket. Or do you really want to talk there? Come on, man. Mark Calloway was lucky that he ever got a job for his height. Seriously. Once he fit into the character, excellent character, but it is what it is. Yeah.
Back to Sami Zayn. Sorry, man. He needs to be a heel. I'm sorry. He needs to go back. He needs to be El Generico. Anyone who hasn't seen El Generico from Ring of Honor and Independence, it was money. He's a better heel than a face. Go ahead.
Maybe Kevin Owens will pile drive him into the canvas so hard that he'll disappear and turn into him magically. He'll go through the ring and pop up back through the ring, and this way the kids could like pop on that with the hand signal, dude. But anyway, go ahead.
Before I get into Mike's statement here, I wanted to ask, and as soon as I saw the clips again of this, how fucking devastatingly incredible does that Kevin Owens pile driver look?
It's excellent. But then again,
right?
Listen. But then again, it is one of the hardest. It is one of the hardest moves to actually pull off if the other guy isn't pulling it for you.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying, Chubby?
Oh yeah. Of course.
That being said, it says here that he hates when they say that Kevin Owens moves like a cruiserweight. What should they say? Kevin Owens moves
that's
a truck driver? Or
that's a fucking compliment.
It is, yeah.
I wish somebody said to me I move like a cruiserweight.
What they should say is he moves like the champion material that he is. He's being handed. Why is he handing this mission to carry Sami Zayn while the bloodlines run down? It makes no sense to me. Kevin Owens was great when he had the list. Kevin Owens was great when him and Jericho were running that gimmick, right? Kevin Owens was great when he first came in and did this already with Sami Zayn, but we've seen it. There's no payoff for Kevin Owens. There would only be a payoff for Sami Zayn, who's already had that payoff from the bloodline. So I think he needs to disappear. That's they shoved him down your throat with the bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
Move on.
All right. Michelle says, I agree with Johnny. Heels were always so much better than the babyface morons. Laugh out loud.
I see Sammy turning on Owens at the end of this.
Whatever they do, if they stick him with Cross, that carrying Cross, there's another waste of man, come on, man.
What? Yeah. That whole situation, I'm not sure what the hell's going on there. They show that later. We'll get into that in a few. But, all right, so they set up the match for Elimination Chamber. Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, non-sanctioned match, which basically is a no DQ match. I'll tell you what, I have I'm not going to say high expectations, but I think that'll be a phenomenal match.
Mm-hmm.
Steals the show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very possible. All right, up next we had a quick Judgment Day promo, blah, 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 same bullshit. I'm getting tired of the whole Judgment Day thing. Is it me or?
No. It's time to go, you know?
It's time to go, yeah. I mean,
mid-card act, the only thing they have going for them, seriously, would be what happens when JD McDonough comes back from that vicious concussion and broken rib and punctured lung that he sustained. He is a kid with a lot of talent. I'm just not bought into his gimmick. Liv Morgan.
She's the star.
She's worth the time every single time, no matter what time it is. It's always Livy time. But check this out. I say that because, well, anyway, Rodriguez, I just don't get her either. I know she was she was doing some creative writing a little while back before she broke out with a skin rash and cried wah. They had to call the Wambulance. Yeah, you didn't know that? She had a skin. Well, whatever. That's another thing, whatever. But, alopecia, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, so she couldn't work. And Braun Strowman doesn't want to be with her no more. And wah, move on.
All right, so we're going to move on. Next match was, on paper, I thought could have been and should have been the match of the night. And I was highly, highly, highly fucking disappointed. The phenomenal one, AJ Styles taking on Dirty Dom Mysterio.
how quick was that match? Like you blink and it's over. I mean, I don't get it.
Well, I don't know what you two were watching. Maybe I'm a little bit biased. AJ Styles is phenomenal.
He is.
He is, yeah.
The match I thought it was good enough to put AJ over to look good. That's for sure. I think. What do you see a problem with the ending?
Okay, here's where I see a problem. First off,
Braun, wait, I forgot about the ending. I forgot it was that lack of personality, Braun Breaker.
Well, that's a whole nother topic.
Whoa, man! Listen, listen, I understand his uncle was hit more in the head than me, and I understand his dad may have more concussions than me, but I never knew that your kids could be born with a concussion, because that kid is definitely a concussion. I'm telling you, there's nothing there. There's no personality. The belt don't help him. The tights don't help him. The big arms don't help him. The haircut don't help him. The commercial now, him ripping up the taxes, that helped him.
I didn't even see that, but
there was a commercial for some tax time. He beat up the taxes. It was funny. That's about the only thing that he did. That was, and I know that was the writers, right?
Probably. I didn't say it, but I'll say if it was a commercial, then it was definitely writers. But okay, let me say this. I'm going to break this down from the get-go. AJ Styles' entrance music is the absolute fucking worst. I don't understand how that's horrible. Does nothing for the fucking crowd. Does nothing for AJ, and it's just a shit show. So he comes out to that, and then Dom comes out, and again, on paper, I thought this was going to be a great match. Naturally, again, the spoiler in my head, there's no way Dom's going over, and he shouldn't be going over, but I thought it would be a nice fucking great match, and I was highly let down. And then we have the tax time guy, Braun Breaker, coming out, and now I said to myself immediately, I wanted to ask Johnny, not Gianni, about this, because John, seriously, what sense did it make? Because first off, is Braun Breaker a face or a fucking heel? We don't even know. He comes out, and AJ is naturally the face, and he comes out to give the fucking this death-defying spear to AJ, and he hits fucking Dom. What was the point? Why?
I guess it shows that the veteran is a hell of a lot more agile than the idiot took him for. There was no reason but to prove that point, that when last week they did a vignette,
right?
He made a jackass statement about putting him out of business because he's old. He's 40 years old, the best shape, 40 something years old,
47 years old, yeah,
in phenomenal shape.
Absolutely.
His music doesn't perform in that ring. Whether the people like his music or not is irrelevant. Do you think it's important that you got a bunch of morons going whoa, 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 or ye? Come on.
It's very important.
Listen.
It's very important.
Listen, I don't buy that. Okay, I don't buy that.
There was a lot of great talent of the package.
Listen, when you're
AJ, no,
when you're AJ Styles,
if you're not watching this fucking
package.
show, you're missing, because this is why this show is fucking great.
Listen, I am telling you once again, when you're AJ Styles, you are the package. You don't need music. You come out, people see that hair.
God.
He looks
AJ needs
he
music.
looks like the Breck girl from back in the 70s with his hair all flowing, and he's got the big jack arms. He's ripped to shreds.
He
He's
looks
held
like the
titles.
girl.
Did you see?
Remember remember the commercial? She she works hard. What was that fucking one? She fucking fries it up in a pan. Whatever the fuck it is. But AJ needs music because he doesn't have a personality.
Oh wow, man! I guess
He's
you
got all
never
the
watched
talent.
AJ.
He's got
How long
100%
you been
of the
watching
talent in the
AJ
ring.
Styles? How long have you been watching
Not long
AJ?
enough. Not
He
long
doesn't have
enough.
personality. Babe.
Apparently, you haven't watched him. Apparently, you haven't. And I'm not even going to argue with you on this. Any true wrestling fans knows the ability, the talent. He's 10 times better than Seth Rollins.
Yeah,
He's better than CM Punk. He's better than 90% of the roster, men and
I'll agree with
female.
you there. Yeah,
Men
I'll agree with you
and
there.
female. So then once again, does he need music? I
Yes.
don't think so. He don't need titles. All he needs
No,
to
he
do,
doesn't.
listen, if I'm AJ Styles and
He
I'm
needs music
single,
more than
hold on a
titles.
minute, hold on 1 minute. I'll just end it with this. If Johnny HotBody is AJ Styles and I'm looking like that and I'm single, do you care? Do you think I care what you're buying or what or do I look good where I'm getting out of that ring and I got more ring rats than I know what to do with? Do I care what you think about the music now? Come on, next.
All right.
You won't even touch that. Go ahead.
I'm
next.
not going to touch it. Once we start diving into ring rats, I'm not touching it.
It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. Hyperbole.
But I'm still going to say they should have had him fucking spear AJ Styles.
I don't see why they want to hurt AJ Styles for Braun Breaker. You just don't get it. Your talent.
The whole fucking thing don't make sense.
Well, Braun Breaker on the card don't make sense, and I've said that if he wasn't, nepotism runs deep in the WWE.
Oh well, yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go. And I know one thing: AJ Styles isn't related to anybody. He did it on his own. Next.
Good point. All right. Next matchup was the ladies' match. Number one contenders for the Intercontinental Women's Championship. We had Ivy Nile taking on Dakota Kyle. And just this, I think, was the match that truly killed the crowd at the Spectrum Center in North Carolina tonight.
So much potential.
Oh, wow.
I agree. I expected, if we're going to go on a 5-star scale of a match, I expected maybe at least 3.5 stars to 4 stars. I thought the potential was so there, and I thought we got like a 2-star match.
1.5 stars.
Do you think you were watching a match maybe where one of the opponents may have been a little bit still hurt or afraid to perform on the injury, so they took it easy?
That's
it
a
was
good point.
like a lackluster match only because of the energy put out for that performance. I know Dakota Kai's was hurt. The knee's pretty messed up. That's something she could have came back from again a little bit too early. You never know with these contracts put these young kids up against. It.
Well, yeah, of course. You don't want to say no. You don't want to lose your spot.
Well, there you go. Because the moment you do, the knife goes in real quick.
Mm-hmm.
You know that. I like Dakota Kai. I told you that a few times already that I think she's a hell of a talent. Um, I didn't know that she was even from New Zealand. Tonight's the first time I even
Mm.
found that. You never really hear her say much. She's always hurt,
Right.
you know. Um, yeah, like you said, I would have expected a lot better of a match, but what I seen was a match where someone was protecting someone else. Now that doesn't mean that the match was a zero, but if it did, it did enough to fill the time, I guess. Besides all the wasted commercials and
Hmm.
you know who broke what's Jade Cargill's leg and yeah, all that
Right.
garbage.
Two,
Go ahead.
sorry, two things that pointed out in this match was a comment that was said about the ankle lock. About they're saying about Chad Gable and then Kurt Angle. They forgot one more person, Ken Shamrock. And then at the end,
Mhm.
and then at the end, the spot where Dakota Kai stomped Avinala's head into the ground and into the
Mhm.
mat. That was like, oh crap! That looked like a botch to me. You see the ref go like this to her hand, make sure she was okay.
Yes,
That was
the head stomp. Yes,
yeah,
yes.
that was oh man,
The neck stomp. It was a back of the neck stomp.
yeah.
Uh,
Oh, all right.
yeah.
Well, let's. Okay, this was something else I wanted to touch on, and that's a prime example. And Johnny would know this because um, how many times, John, working a show, you're told, don't do somebody's fucking move, and these fucking guys, they're doing, this fucking head stomp is the big thing now. The head stomp has become the new super kick in the last few months.
Hmm.
Um, the fucking Penta Mexican Destroyer fucking move is being done 3-4 times in a fucking show now. It's like all these fucking big should be finishing devastating moves are now done a half dozen times throughout the fucking night.
Well, to that, I would say this: if I was in the ring, I would take their head off with a clothesline that would knock their head clearly off if they tried that garbage with me. I'm not even going to joke with you. Um, it's dangerous shit. You could kill someone. Like he said, that step on the neck when the referee lifted the arm.
That fucking stomp scares the fuck out of me.
Yeah, it should be outlawed. That's a real move that should be outlawed, not a pile driver.
Yeah.
Because you can't protect the neck when you're jumping down on it like that. How do you protect it? And how do they say a pat on the back is only 18 inches away from a swift kick in the ass, right?
Hmm.
What's it for someone to slip on that move?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There you go on that one.
Scary.
Yeah. And still the match wasn't even that good.
No.
And you have a dangerous move like that. Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, how about this too? This match, I mean, the crowd was silent, absolutely
Hmm.
dead silent, and they go into a fucking the toe hold fucking move. I'm like, what are you doing? The crowd's already dead, and you're going into a fucking rest hold.
They're
What?
given a time. They're given a time. Take it 8 minutes. Take it 6 minutes. The referee's got the earpiece.
Yeah.
Tell them to stall. That's a stall tactic.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's the best thing they could come up with, okay. There's other inventive ways to stall, but like you said, I believe that's all that is a stall tactic. And yeah, you see all these devastating moves, and then you just get kicked, and boom, boom. What's that?
And how about this? At the end of the match, Dakota goes over and she's in the ring, and Lyra, what's her name? Lyra Valkyrie or whatever.
Mm.
Lyra. She was now again. You have the Intercontinental Champion sitting at ringside by the announcer's table the whole fucking match. Neither one of them taunted or fucking even acknowledged the champion sitting there with the belt, not once, to get any fucking heat from her or the crowd. Zero.
You would expect that to be done at least by the Ivory girl. You see that girl
Yes.
right there? I'm gonna tell you what I would do with her if I'm an agent and
She's the new Luna Vachon.
There you go. You just took it from me. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
And you make her do the face paint. You make her wild. You get her away from this ass clown posse.
Yeah,
and,
doesn't belong
you,
there.
You move on with her. If she's able to, if she has the talent to work that rough style, because that's a talent of its own. You just can't go out there and be reckless. Luna Vachon may have been reckless when she ripped on my back and scratched my eyes out and all that fun stuff. But she's fighting me. She isn't fighting. What are you gonna do? But anyway, come on, let's go on, brother. We got this.
And I'll just say the highlight of that match for me was the guy with the sign, Tommy Rich,
Yes,
the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Which is a nice segue into May 3rd, 2300 Arena. Tommy Rich tag teamed up with Doug Gilbert, the Memphis Mafia, taking on Shane Douglas and a mystery partner. Be there to find out who the mystery partner is and be there for one and done because we're going to have an amazing night that night. 2300arena.com for tickets.
It's driving me crazy, babe.
I heard it stand the fan.
Ooh. That's a good one.
It's hat guy.
Is it hat guy?
Shirt guy.
All right. Next up, we had video promo to start this package off. Gunther versus Jey Uso, building up towards WrestleMania, and then Gunther came out where Jey usually comes out to get that experience. And it was pretty funny as he came down and he was talking a little smack and had to clear a couple of kids out of his way because he had some good comments. But he got in the ring and doing his shtick. And then eventually, which took, in my opinion, it drug on way too long. And Jey finally came out. And they did the thing to build it up real quick, a little bit of here, a little bit of there, a little bit of a pull apart, and then boom. But one thing that was noticeable was Jey Uso coming from the actual entranceway. Not much of the reaction as he does when he comes from the crowd.
Yeah, you're right.
It was like there's a little kink in the armor there.
Oh, here's where the armor. Here's the weakness in the armor. You're only by. You remember back in the day when they would do live TV, they would hold up a sign and it would say applause.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's what I believe the yeet effect is. It's like applause. Listen, this is. I don't even want to waste my opinion anymore on the Uso factor. I think he's not going to win. I'll tell you that right now. If I'm a booker, and let me tell you something, there's not a WrestleMania moment if this match doesn't have a twist to it. You got to kill the people. You have to. You have to take away this drive until the next time. It's like yes, no. Remember the moron that used to stand on the ropes with the yes? I mean, how many times do we need to go through this? You had with with Randy Savage. You have yes with Brian Daniels, Daniel Bryanson. You have how many more times do we need to have this clown show? This is what this is like. It's the In Clown Posse show. That's what he is. He should be part of that. That's my opinion of him. As far as Gunther goes, I think it's a disgrace what they'll do to him if they do take the title from him and put it around this kid's waist. I would have him beat to death by Roman Reigns. I would have him beat down by the Wolfman. I would have a new bloodline, even though I can't even stand the thought of another 20 weeks of the bloodline.
Please
anything
don't.
Anything but yeet.
I can't wait for WrestleMania for us to see what I really think we're going to be. We're going to see Yeet as world champion. Like I said, Yeet is going to be the Kerry Von Erich of 2025.
After tonight, I see McAfee interfering in the main event match between Gunther and Mr. Yeet.
Ooh.
There goes a little book inside action there.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. They planted the seed tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if that was the case, if that, let's say that was what they did, that would mean that Pat McAfee would have to be committed to a wrestling match afterwards, because they would have to have Gunther stomp the living dog crap out of this moron. Because that's all he is. Listen, man, Pat McAfee's another moron that doesn't belong behind the mic. I know I'll get a lot of negativity over that, and I really don't care. I didn't ask for your negativity. Thank you very much.
I like Pat McAfee. I love his enthusiasm.
Sure, you like Yeet.
I do. Who don't like the Yeet?
I'll bet you like cold toilet seats in the morning too.
Now you're pushing it. If I sat on a cold toilet seat in the morning, I'm gonna end up going Yeet.
But you have to admit there is chemistry between McAfee and Cole. There is. I mean, it's there. I see it. I mean,
it's definitely there more than with Corey Graves.
Yeah,
McAfee's got life.
I think Corey Graves is a color commentary guy. I don't see McAfee as a color commentary guy. I see McAfee as a kiss ass suck up for all the good guys, and Michael Cole's no better, which is what's the reason that the commentating sucks. Do we want to do a show on the commentating there? Where's the negative? Where's the funny negativity? Where's Bobby Heenan? I mean, really, where's Jesse Ventura? Even Randy Savage used to do color commentary, and he wasn't so positive about the positivity.
Yeah. I got to go with JR and King. I'm sorry, and then
they were the best. I mean,
JR did better calling with who's the guy from Houston Wrestling, UWF, the kid, the father's the cowboy, Bill Watts. Bill Watts' son. Bill Watts' son does color commentary. He's better than Pat McAfee, that's for sure. But
wait,
you guys don't
Eric
know
Watts?
wrestling. A lot, you all claim to know wrestling, and not one of you ever could tell me anything about the AWA, the NWA, the WCW, the WCCW. You guys only watch the bullshit wrestling.
What do you want to know, Johnny?
You don't know wrestling.
I can't tell you AWA because I didn't watch that, but I did watch the other stuff.
I did too.
Have you ever watched Polynesian wrestling?
No.
From Hawaii? You should get a load of that. You should definitely get a load of that with King Curtis. You want to see some crazy wrestling with Kevin Sullivan? Oh my God, Don Morocco out of his mind. You guys don't know wrestling. But that's why I'm older than you. So in 2 days, I'll be 62. And tonight, my granddaughter, Kendall, it's her birthday, and she's 12.
Hey.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Kendall. Look at that. And happy birthday, Grandpa.
Yeah, well, you know, there's nothing to be happy about when you get that age. But let's
Sure
go.
there is.
Yeah,
Fuck
I
yeah.
know. Waking up. Yeah.
Come on.
How old are you going to be? 60 what? How old are you going to be?
I
60
joke,
what?
man. I'll be 62, and it's cool.
You look like
I'm
you're
good
still in your 30s, Johnny.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. My knees would argue with you. My back would argue with you.
But his Barry Wang shirts will fucking applaud you.
Yes. I'll be there with my wang out. I mean, my Barry wang out is.
Barry.
Very
All right.
good.
Next up, we had Penta taking on Pete Dunne again. And I mean, why are... No disrespect to Pete Dunne, but I mean, I look at this kid and I'm like, he's a fucking caveman in the ring.
Okay, this is what I see they're doing. All right, you asked for it. Here it goes.
Yeah, here we go.
Penta's brother. I heard he made a prison break from AEW. So right. I see the two prison detention center escapees tag teaming against Kaiser Sose and Pete Dunne. Quite truthfully here, you know my feelings on Kaiser. I think he's a great talent, great heel.
Agreed.
Dunne, and you asked why would they book it like this? Well, you got Penta, who's not probably accustomed to working the style of the WWE. You have Pete Dunne, who's one of the best talents that's in that weight class that they have. There was a whole group of young guys that they had way back here in the day that were in that weight class, that their talent, they just know moves. You got Pete Dunne, you go, oh, this he knows more than 3,000 moves, and I'll bet you he knows more than that. Absolutely. There's not a thing that kid can't do. Yeah, you know, while you're booking it, and it's just to fill time. You know, this guy
That's how I feel with this whole Penta thing. I mean, they've invested, you know, this amazing entrance, fireworks, music. He's got the whole fucking 9 yards. And now this is from a booker marketing standpoint. If I saw on a fucking flyer, a poster, Penta, the man with zero fear, takes on Pete Dunne. What the fuck is that? It is like the worst selling standpoint. Like, to me, I'm thinking to myself, I'm going back and I'm watching 1982 WWF Superstars at 10 a.m. on Channel 29 in Philly, and I'm going to see Andre the Giant take on 3 guys and squash all 3 and sit on them and pin them. Pete Dunne is the worst fucking name ever, and if it's his real name in life, that's great. If you're in a wrestling ring and you're on Monday Night Raw, worst fucking name ever. Zero selling point. Even Carlito has a shirt with a fucking apple on it. And that fucking guy's got talent and can work. And this fucking guy, who, according to Johnny, and I don't know his backstory and everything, why are they burying this kid then? Because
they bring him in with Sheamus. He was part of the Sheamus crew.
Okay.
For a while there, they were using him a lot with Sheamus as Butch. And they had another guy. I can't even remember the other kid right now. But They were over for a while there, but prior to that, the reason why they wound up with him, the main reason was because they had a wrestling channel, WWE,
Yeah.
and the okay, and on there they tried to invest in NXT Europe. I believe NXT Europe, and
UK,
that's
UK.
he was
Okay.
bringing as a champion. He was their
Okay.
light heavyweight European champion for their division of what was the NXT. It didn't pan out to anything, just like a lot of things with the
Sure.
WWE. Anytime they move into a territory, they sap up everybody and then they kill the whole thing. And, I believe what you're saying, the reason why they're being used, they're under contract. What are you going to use them for?
Yeah.
Time filler. You can't give the people a main event card when it's supposedly free, although we know we're paying for Netflix. There goes another negative spin on it. You could hit this any way you want and find a positive when I'll find a negative. Yeah.
But again, this goes back to, like I said when we started, how every match we went into tonight, you already knew the outcome. Did anybody and realistically think, and you could have been a 8-year-old kid who don't know the business. Did anybody think Pete Dunne was going over on Penta? And did anybody not think Ludwig Kaiser was not going to come out and get involved in the match?
You're you're asking the question I've already answered for you. The fans are telling the bookers, the writers, whatever it is, who it might be their kids that are actually doing it. Daddy, this is what I want to see.
Mhm.
Mommy, this is who knows. But the main thing is, this is what happens when you take true sport away from what it was.
Bob Cook in the house finally. He says boring character. He is, as he said last week, he's the feral kid from the Road Warrior movie.
He has a point there, man. You know what? If you've seen the new Road Warriors, they spray their mouth silver. They're all painted white. They're dead already, and they blow themselves up. He's got it right.
So is he saying all those years he watched Raw for free on cable somehow? Yo, Bob. If you know people from Philly, they all watch cable for free for many decades.
I think that's exactly what I'm saying, Bob. If you could do this too, let me turn you on to this. Buy a Fire Stick, put the downloader on it, and you could go on and backdoor alley. You get all the channels you want. 9,000 channels to be seen.
As
Wait a
the
minute,
door's saying, he's a backdoor man.
Wait, people pay for cable?
They never did in Philly. They would put tin foil on the box.
They don't pay for Pittsburgh either. But real quick about Penta, if they don't bring in his brother and book him right, he's gonna fizzle out.
Yeah,
It's
agreed.
gonna
There's
get old.
no booking. Listen,
Penta's
there is
already
no booking
fizzling
them
out.
right. Listen, here's the reason why they did it, because it was taking talent from the AEW, just like this other idiot Starks. Wasted money.
I feel bad for Penta because he went to the fucking big dance. He's getting the big contract, the big money, but he's gotten the same fucking thing that's happened in AEW to now in WWE. He's getting the same fucking. They don't know what to do with him. They don't know how to fucking book him. They're wasting him, and I
You know
feel
why,
very.
Ricky?
They could make they could book him with the LWO, losers with attitudes,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Bob says, I like Netflix. There's lots of other programming on there worth watching. I fell asleep during Raw tonight. You just summed up Raw tonight. Tonight's Raw was the worst WWE show, in my opinion, I've seen in over a year.
Wait, it's about to get better. Next match.
Oh yeah, it's definitely going to get better with this match.
Anytime we talk about Penta, I get up and have to go to the bathroom. I don't know why.
You got to go take a penta, Johnny? Okay.
I feel like there's a prison break about to happen.
He has zero fear when he's going to the bathroom. All right. Next up, we have Roxanne Perez taking on Raquel for the last spot in the Elimination Chamber match. And again, did anybody really think Raquel was going over in this?
She should have. She should have.
She should have. But when you start the match out with a 2-minute Roxanne Perez promo, do you think Raquel's going over?
No.
I mean, what the fuck?
Let me tell you what they should. This is the booker inside me. I'm sorry, Bay.
No, I want to hear you.
They should make her a fucking monster. How tall she is, how big she is. She should be fucking bulldozing.
She's taller than half
girls.
the guys in the locker room.
Exactly. She shouldn't be a bodyguard for Liv. I mean, I don't mind looking at Liv, but that's beside the point.
It's like her gimmick is what they did with Kevin Nash for Shawn Michaels.
Yes. Exactly.
And that's all they're doing. Like I told you a
Exactly.
long time ago, wash, rinse, repeat.
Yeah, of course.
Wash, rinse, repeat.
You know, that's really good because that's a good fucking is it an analogy? But
Analogy.
yeah.
Yes.
You use the 10-cent word from Harvard.
How about that? Liv Morgan is the Shawn Michaels of the female division today. Perfect fucking way.
You and I had a conversation about her. I still tell you, yeah.
Yeah.
Could you see her? Could you see Raquel and Nia Jax as the tag team? Holy shit!
That would be like the new
Twin Towers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or no, I take that back. That would be like Akeem and Tugboat.
That's what I was meaning. No, Tugboat and Typhoon. What were they called?
Natural disasters.
Natural disasters. Yeah.
My whole.
Oh boy. But okay, so Roxanne Perez, she's getting a nice push. Half decent worker, still very young.
She's
Raquel,
in the office.
Yeah, like this match. Again.
Next.
Yeah.
Did you see Roxanne trying to get the crowd into the match? When Raquel was in the corner, it's come on. They even knew the crowd wasn't into it.
Well, yeah, the crowd was so fucking dead all night. Horrible. North Carolina, horrible crowd, but of a horrible show to boot. But then we had Bianca and Naomi come out, because supposedly now there's camera footage of Liv and Raquel walking away from the scene of the crime. I mean, when
I'm going to blow. Here's a spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
Spoil it for me, please. I want to hear your opinion on this.
Bianca Belair did it.
I think it was Naomi.
Bianca Belair did it.
Yeah, it's one of them too.
When they were tagging together, you seen the friction. They were pushing it that way, and even the commentators at that time were pushing it that way. It's the only thing they could do because, quite seriously, the only one that can actually match her and probably make her look great is Bianca Best Belair, who I believe is everything and more.
I agree.
Bob says somebody in the back probably told the referee to tell her to do that. Tell her to do what? I was a few minutes behind on that. Magic Mike says Liv used to come out to our wrestling shows in Elmwood Park, New Jersey when Liv was young, and she would boo the hell out of me. Oh, that's funny. Huh, that's cool.
Yeah, I could believe that because she is from, I believe, Patterson, New Jersey.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah, and when she first got into WWE, she was a totally different little feisty character there. She was always good, though. She always had it. She had that presence. The camera likes her. The people like her. She has it.
And she was a Hooters girl, so I'll give her that. More applause to her.
And she also takes care of her mother too. So
I would like to see her in the orange pants.
I love
Next.
I love me some orange shorts. And my favorite drink when I would go to Hooters would be, I don't know if they still do it, was the orange shorts margarita. A work of art.
No, nothing about it.
Ah,
they don't have Hooters here.
what's that?
They don't have Hooters here.
I know they closed them down out there. Yeah.
I don't think you're missing anything. I was never there, man. I don't know those places. I really never went to bars much, man. I wasn't that guy.
I used to live
Never.
at the fucking Hooters by my house. I love wings. I love wings. So on that note, I also love beer too. All right, up next was a Karrion Kross quick promo talking about Sami Zayn, how he believes in him, and how he can turn it around. I mean, what are we doing here with this guy? You know, for a few weeks you were like, all right, Sammy's gonna go to the dark side, turn heel with this dude, and then it disappeared with this whole Kevin Owens thing, and then he comes back again tonight, and we start this up again.
Well, here's the rumor I heard. He has talent. Here's the only thing now. I haven't seen it yet.
I'll tell you what, and as we were sitting here, one of the wrestling news sites I follow, they posted the screenshot of Karrion Kross from his interview segment tonight, and they said, "Be ready, future world champion." Am I missing something?
I want to tell you something right now. You find out who the editor, writer, and the newspaper is that says that, and I want to be able to comment on that.
I haven't seen him work a match yet.
And you won't. He's not that talented. Like I said, there was a rumor that he had talent. You'll never see it. That's the truth.
I say he's wasted talent, Johnny. But yeah,
you have to have talent to have a waste of talent. He has no talent. What he has is someone that got him a job, and I believe what got him a job is the girl that stands next to him. I don't know much about it, but I would be more than willing to bet on it.
Well, what I'm going to bet on is going back real quick to Hooters. Hooters are my favorite wings and all drumsticks, please. Bob, Hooters are my favorite wings, and I don't give a fuck if with their drumsticks or the little other fucking things. Give me them all because I love their fucking wings. And I got to say this. I know how to make their wings at home, and I can get them to taste just as good as theirs.
Really?
It just does not. It's missing something without the orange shorts. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, let me tell you something, my brother. At one time, I had a restaurant, and the restaurant I had made the wings for the wing championship deal down at the WIP. And let me tell you how the wings are made. Frank's Red Hot and butter. Equal parts. Yeah. Drop the wings in it as soon as they're done, and that's all you need. Next.
All right. Future endeavors is all he's got coming up. That's what Bob says.
Wow.
He does a great Jesse Ventura impression.
He does.
Loud.
He does.
Interesting. Michelle says Cross's claim to fame is breaking baseball bats with his bare hands. Laugh out loud. A total waste. Oh. All right, so he can do all these fun things, but can he work a match?
I think he can.
Win Dixie sells Hooters sauce, at least here. You got to get the Hooters breading. They used to have them in the supermarkets here, but I haven't seen them in over a year. But I just need that Hooters breading, and I can use any fucking sauce, and they are amazing. Frank's Red Hot Sauce. Shout out to Sam. Look, we're going to start a fucking cooking show next. All right. Next up, we had. Let me just check my fucking papers here. There we go. All right. Next up was the Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky video promo, getting us ready for that match in 2 weeks. I mean, what do you guys think?
I didn't know Io Sky was a mermaid.
Right?
I had no idea. I definitely had no idea she was like into Disney, little Ariana, whatever it is. They swim underwater. SpongeBob. She could be Sandy. I don't know. Listen, man, can we talk about something else, man? This isn't even worth the time to talk about that promo.
Okay.
What was it? 2 minutes, or we're going to waste 10 minutes on it? Go ahead.
All right. Well, okay. After that, we had the New Day come in the ring. Are we going to waste time on this? Because
yes.
All right, because I feel New Day is just, they are not over his fucking heels. I just, it's not working. I think you're hearing the crowd reaction, and it's not because they're getting the fucking heat of a heel. It's just because they just want them out of the ring. Because they can't fucking, they just don't want to fucking, it's just a waste of time. What are we doing here? And then we got the LWO come out, and it's just, what are we doing here with this whole fucking thing? Does anybody really care? No.
And believe it or not, here's the funniest thing about this. Everything that we're talking about, it's part of your WrestleMania show.
Yeah, I was just going to say,
are you still,
this is going to be a WrestleMania match?
Are you still telling me that this is Clash of the Champions? AWA had a better pay-per-view than what we're about to see. And you know what? I'm saying this a little bit hyperbole, because we all know the main event guy, the main workhorses, they're going to carry WrestleMania the best they can. We're going to all throw up in our mouths. John Cena is going to be there. His hair might fall out before his next title defense. Who knows, man? Who cares? Next match.
Well, the next match is the final match. Seth freaking Rollins taking on Finn Balor. And again, this match on paper, I was like, all right, finally, we're going to have something good. And we'll say for a 15-minute match, the first 12 minutes was the last 3 minutes of this match was absolutely fucking phenomenal. Definitely the best 3 minutes of the whole fucking show tonight. And I just wish the rest of the show could have come close to those last 3 minutes of that match, because holy fuck.
The false finish after the false finish after the false finish after the false finish. I loved it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Did you expect Finn Balor to win?
Not at all.
Okay.
Again, great match on paper, but going into the Elimination Chamber, did anybody expect Finn Balor going into that over Seth Rollins? No.
Okay, no. Now you see what this Elimination Chamber is filled with. You have 4 guys that actually deserve to be there because they worked. You know, even though we know they were going to be there anyway, does it make you at least feel a little salty about the fact that John Cena just says I'm in and he's in?
Yeah.
I mean, Gianni, you're a fan, and what do you think's going to happen with that?
Cena's going to put on a good act, but he's not going to win.
Really?
You know, yeah.
Who do you think's going to win and take on Cody at Mania.
Hold on. Who's in it? Cena. Who else?
Cena, Punk,
CM Punk,
Rollins,
McIntyre.
Honestly, who I want it to be and who I think it's going to be is two different people.
All right, let's say this. Who do you want it to be?
McIntyre, because he deserves it. He deserves it.
I can't disagree with you.
You know how I feel about that man right there. He definitely deserves it. But
CM Punk's going to be it. Watch. It's going to be horrible. Horrible.
Cooker says Punk's winning. I hope you're both right. So you don't want Punk to win?
No. He's
Why not,
going to
Deanna?
win. He's going to win, but I don't want him to win. McIntyre deserves a good run.
See now, Chubby, you think that everybody likes CM Skunk. Now, I already told you I have a lot of reasons for my disdain for the dude. He could find a miracle for cancer for dogs and cats tomorrow. I still think he's a despicable human being. And that's my opinion of him. Now,
he admits he's an asshole.
Well, check this out, man. He definitely does for walking out, the attitude. It's like what you said about Naomi. Does Naomi belong to be there? Would you take money back? That other waste of talent. What was her name? Monet. Whatever.
Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks.
Yes, Sasha Banks. Whatever.
The Muppet
her
character.
Is, man. Would you take her back?
No.
I mean, you really wouldn't. You know, why would you take CM Punk back? Because he's going to get you a deal with TV buy rates. How long before he fizzles out? You see, the thing is how long? What's the longevity of CM Punk? Seriously, he's already.
I think the longevity of CM Punk is already proven because the guy was away for 10 years and came back to reclaim his title of best in the world. He's one of the most over people. And
wrestling's fake.
In Chicago, he's over. Everywhere else, he's not.
Do you know wrestling's fake, Chubby? News alert. News flash.
I'm still trying to figure that out.
The promoters put over whoever they think has the ability to hold the gate. And when they're giving the chance, time over time, a lot of these guys have failed. The only one that has held that gate open alive is Roman Reigns. Over the past few years, you're shaking your head. Are you, Chubby? What have you been watching of the WWE? I mean, Roman Reigns has had that title.
Yeah.
And
I think the bigger upside is with CM Punk.
Listen, man, you're the only one. I think you're delusional. I think you're high. You know who you are. You remind me of the dude that thought he could take a venue that was getting 2,000-3,000 as an independent. He thought he was going to take that venue and he was going to corner the market in wrestling. Boy,
was that might have been me.
No. Listen, man. You understand where I'm going, man. There's a lot of people who have put their eggs in the basket and have gotten. He's no Hulk Hogan. He's not going to have the gates of Hulk Hogan. He's no Randy Savage. He'll never have the gates of Randy Savage. He's no Ultimate Warrior. He'll never even come close to a Kerry Von Erich. Listen, the kid is a waste of time, and the WWE will find out if they made the decision to put the belt on him. If they did put the belt on him, he will lose it. He will lose it as quick as they put it on him. The same as Yeet. These guys do not have the ability to carry the promotion. Maybe a year. Could they do it 5 years? Could they do it 7 years? Do they have the ability to do a Bruno Sammartino or a Ric Flair? I don't think so. I don't think so. Not unless with the magic of TV and the investment of hard people's money, they waste their time and create the illusion that everybody has seen before. The illusion that I won't go any further.
Hey, remember when CM Punk came back and I was on your show and I said 7 years, been waiting 7 years? Remember that?
I don't.
Okay. Well, you know what CM Punk has proven to me? He doesn't deserve to be there. He doesn't deserve jack. He comes into companies thinking he's
Better than everyone else.
Thank you. Deserving of everyone else, and he's not. Like you said, he's an asshole. He's been the same asshole since he's on the Independents. He's the same asshole now.
I think I felt that he had probably feud of the year with Drew McIntyre. I think he might even had match of the year with their cage match. I don't know. I think he's. Do I think he's a long-term fucking draw champion? No. I think the long-term draw champion is Cody Rhodes.
Is there such thing as a long-term draw champion anymore? Like Johnny said, Bruno, Hogan, Flair, Cena. I mean,
the world today, just like with the music business and with your TikToks and all that, it's not set up for a long term anymore. Nobody's attention span is set up for that. It's a very quick scroll next. So that's where, like I keep saying, the whole fucking Yeet thing, Yeet is a fucking TikTok video. He's a 3-minute fucking TikTok video. Hit it, fucking cash in, get that money in the bank, get the belt, and lose it 2 weeks later because there's your 15 seconds of fame and move on.
You say that, but what about the bloodline? How long that went?
Bloodline went long because it was creative, but it went way too long.
Yes, thank you.
They drug it out way too fucking long.
Yes.
Because they try to they have all these big name PLEs that they're trying to lead it out to, but it just becomes too fucking long.
Do you think they have the ability to pull it off with something new?
What do you mean?
All right, everybody bought into the bloodline. What are they going to buy into next?
No,
because
you're
so
right.
far it doesn't
You're
look
right.
like. So far, it really doesn't look like they have anything to buy into over the long term. You know what I mean?
I mean, John, I think you're 100% right. And we talked about this the other night. We touched on it. They don't have anything long term, it feels like. And I still feel like we're, whatever it is, 8 weeks out from WrestleMania. We were saying the other night, to me, WrestleMania seems like a fucking shit show and is not going to be any good.
Is WrestleMania... Here's what you got to think about. And I already know the answer, but I'm asking the fans out there. Is WrestleMania only Raw? Does it not involve SmackDown?
No, it does.
Okay.
It does, yeah.
If you watch SmackDown, listen, man, it's pretty sad if your life has resorted down to having to spend a night watching SmackDown, especially now that Road Dogg is their creative writer. I mean, they did this before. They had to fire him. I might be the only guy that says, "Hey, where's Vince at?" I'd rather have Vince doing it.
You know when SmackDown was good? When Paul Heyman was writing.
Listen, you.
You
listen,
went there. You had to go there, didn't you?
You. I was going
I'm
to
sorry.
sign that ECW belt for you. I might not now.
Now he's gonna fucking hit you with it.
I might hit you in the head with it. Oh my god.
I had to. I'm sorry. I'm totally fucking not. No.
I'm joking, Gianni.
Oh man.
I
Wow.
don't watch
Yeah,
SmackDown
it's
as we discussed.
wrestling isn't what it used to be. I keep saying that, and it's sad.
I got to, you get to watch the clips on YouTube, and I sat and I watched the clips of SmackDown last night, and I got to say, for the first time, LA Knight impressed the fuck out of me. I thought this past Friday on SmackDown, LA Knight, in my opinion, finally found his fucking niche. The promo he did the other night, ripping on who was it? Nakamura and who the fuck was it? They're setting up the three-way. Whoever it was, finally make LA Knight a heel.
Listen,
let him fucking rip on everybody.
LA Knight should be picking up trash in LA. That's what LA Knight should be doing. Okay, for real. He knows how to talk on a mic. Yeah.
Finally.
He said, "No, come on, man."
Finally. The other night's the first time I heard he did anything to impress me.
All right. Well, as long as he's talking on a mic, I guess it's easy to impress you. But if this comes to working in the ring, the only thing he's got going for him is the same thing that everyone does now. They jump to the top rope and they do the suplex off the top rope.
Yeah,
you didn't invent. Listen, dude, you didn't invent the wheel. If that's your finishing move, if that's your move, you got to go somewhere else. It's like you said prior. They all got the same exact moves after moves. Nobody's original. And if it is original, everybody's got to steal it. It's old. It's old product. It's old. It's got to go.
I remember the very first wrestling magazine I ever bought in my life in 1981.
I have that for you.
Hulk Hogan on the cover in 1981 was a heel. Tell me if I'm wrong, if you have it nearby. There's an article in that magazine where it was, I think it was the Super Destroyers or somebody. They were doing the superplex and how the move was outlawed. Now, I was an 11-year-old kid at that fucking point, and I remember reading that article over and over and over and being like mortified. Oh my God, the superplex. They outlawed the superplex. They can't do the superplex no more. It's a death move. People are going to die if this move is being done. And now you see it 18 times in a fucking 3-hour show.
Mm-hmm.
So
you guys remember,
once again, Gianni.
You guys remember when the DDT meant something?
When Jake the Snake Roberts used
do you guys remember when a finisher fucking meant something?
Not no more.
No, fucking pisses me off.
Bob says, you realize if you think it's going to suck going in, no better how good it is. You won't allow it yourself to see it. WrestleMania is always good. I mean, that's a good fucking point. It's a good point. If I'm going to be negative going in, it's going to be a fucking shit show. Eric Efron joins the show. That's like
going in. Wait a minute.
Go ahead.
That's like going in with a positive thought that getting root canal is going to be a great thing.
Well, if you have pain going in, getting the root canal can solve that. It happened to me. It solved the pain, and I was fucking very gracious. So, root canal can be a good thing.
Oh boy, and I guess that band Kiss is a good thing too, right?
They were
Maybe
at
if
one
you're
time.
12 years old,
At one time, they were fucking
they
phenomenal.
were never any good. Listen,
Oh,
son,
oh,
listen, you.
Johnny,
I was
Johnny,
born not
Johnny.
listen. I was born 1963. I know what good music was and is, and Kiss is definitely not good
Ah,
music. The only
oh
thing
What is
boy.
good?
they were a bunch of they put a bunch of makeup on their face and they lit the stage on fire. And Gene Simmons was a creep that spit blood. So tell me how good they were.
All right, Johnny. What is good music?
The Allman Brothers.
Okay. Okay.
Listen, son, you don't even want to go there with me,
No,
Almond.
really.
honestly, I
Well,
want to know. I want to, John. Seriously.
Zeppelin, Floyd,
Okay.
what,
what about
what?
the Eagles?
I'll tell you.
The
Hey,
Eagles, I like Joe Walsh. I don't like the Eagles. The Eagles were Linda Ronstadt's backup band, and Linda Ronstadt sucked.
really?
You think you know music? Do you think you listen? There's not a subject I can't touch on, son. I am Mr. Pop Culture, baby.
This
I
is why.
know everything.
Interesting.
I
This
can
is why
even
this man's a
talk
legend.
about physics. Would you like to talk about physics, calculus? Would you like to talk about the Phoenix counts? Would you like to talk about Masonic, the Masons, what the
I
G
can't wait till
stands
May
for on
3rd,
the
man.
apron? Do you know what the G stands for
Yo,
on the apron?
yo,
Hold
John,
on.
John.
Hold on. Do you know what the G stands for on the Masonic apron? Well, most would tell you
I don't
it
know
was
what the
God.
fucking K stands for on Kiss, so I'm out of
Most people would tell you it's God, but what it means is Greek, because Greek is the oldest language in the world. In the world today, it's the oldest.
I will say this. There is quite a few people have said to me they're really looking forward to May 3rd and talking with Johnny Hotbody.
Well, there's a lot they could talk to me about. I don't think they'll want the answers I'll give.
No, these are
That's the
people
thing.
that are very intrigued with your statements and want to talk to you about it.
Yeah,
All right.
well, here's the thing. If Greeks got over 1.5 million words in the first, second century, and Hebrew is a dead language with 7,164 words, who wrote the Bible? Next, it was never transcribed Aramaic or Latin or Hebrew. It was written in Greek. Next subject.
All right, Eric Efrani joins the show and he says, "Oh my God, Mr. Hotbody, big fan. Chubby Dudley, you know all the cool people. How about that?"
Wow.
Weird.
I didn't think I had any fans, quite seriously. I
See
piss
that?
everybody off.
I was always jealous of Mr. Hotbody's hair. How about that? That's pop of the fucking night right there, boy.
He's made my night.
Did you
That's
ever
funny.
think you'd fucking
Look at
hear
that.
that, John?
Some people would never believe I owned a hair in my life.
Johnny, look at that. There it
That's
is.
an awesome picture right there.
Yeah, who signed
Yeah.
that? Who
I'll
signed that?
sign
Drake?
that for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
When I see that, I love
Thank you.
that picture. It like I like right now. Seriously, I see that picture and I want to fucking cry. It just bums me fucking out so bad that Larry's
I don't
not
know
one of
where
us.
I don't know where anyone gets these pictures because I can't find any of me, and I never even had an 8x10. That's the
Johnny-
funny thing. And
Really?
you want to know something? I used to sign autographs on a piece of paper.
Right, right.
I'll make a
I
copy
mean,
of this for you,
real.
John.
You didn't have any 8x10s, John?
Hell no, man.
Really?
Come on, man.
What was the fucking? I had 8x10s. I didn't. What was the company you used to buy? It was a. I had that fucking
Not
box
my
sitting in my
style,
basement.
Daddy-o.
for-
Listen, man, I told you, bro. I may have had an ego. I may have had an ego when I was wrestling. Dude, I don't take pictures. I don't have social. I don't like it, man. I don't even like cameras. Go figure.
Wow. All right. Bob says WrestleMania is always good. You just need to grab yourself some snacks, cold refreshments, invite a few friends over, relax. Don't overthink it. Don't critique it. Don't criticize and enjoy. So, Bob, will you join us as part of our WrestleMania review team? I just took all the wind out of his sails for
I'd love,
WrestleMania.
I'd
now.
love this. I'd love to see that.
I'm
Yeah,
dying for Bob Cook to come on and do this with us. Glad I could help. There we
maybe
go.
it's
Mike
always, maybe it's always a party. Always a party.
the best statement Magic Mike said tonight. Kiss Alive, 1977, baby.
How about I was at that concert? I was at Kiss. I was at the Christmas concert in 1976, Philadelphia Spectrum. I seen Kiss about 15, 16 times. I even seen him at Madison Square Garden.
It's you.
That's one place
And I
wanna
never
go.
liked him. I just liked the show, man. I was a pothead. What are you going to do?
Bob says, I think you need to listen to Al Snow's reason why Hulk Hogan Andre the Giant was the best match at WrestleMania 3.
And I believe he's correct. I believe Al Snow would be correct on that.
He says that will correlate with this Kiss discussion. That's interesting. I gotta go and seek that out now.
The money, Bay. The money.
Ah, is that what the answer is?
Mm-hmm.
That's well.
Mm-hmm.
Mike says, and now John, do you know about this? Kenny Rogers had a lot to do with bringing the Eagles together.
He's correct because Linda Ronstadt's band may have even played with Kenny Rogers because back in them days, those guys were all interchangeable with each other. The bands, you would see the Average White Band one day, and then you would see the Three Dog Night, and the bands that were backing up the bands were those bands. Everybody jammed, man. It was a different time back then,
Yeah.
you know, just like wrestling. It was great. You know, don't you miss like Dick the Bruiser?
Bro,
What? I don't know, man. Don't you miss seeing superstar Billy Graham? Nah. Okay.
Nah.
for me, to go back to the 80s and early 90s, man. Oh my God.
Eric says, you guys are heavy metal. Thank you for making my night.
Thank you, Eric.
Bob
Thanks,
Cook
Eric.
says, sure. WrestleMania, Bob Cook is joining us. You're committed. Get your Mountain Dew ready there, Bob. We're fucking
Fuck it.
get
Wait
some
a
fucking
minute.
Hooters wings. We're fucking booking it.
Does he drink Mountain Dew or does he mount and do?
he mounts and doos while he eats Hooters wings and washes
So-
it down
so-
with Mountain Dew.
So I heard a story about Joel Gertner in a wing contest. Was it true? Is it true?
What
I
did he
don't know.
say?
He has a
Joel-
story about Joel Gertner in a wing contest. Maybe
I don't know that name.
you don't know Joe Gertner?
It's not offhand. Do you know what I could tell you about what's the funny? There was a dude that was the wing ball champion. He was a cocaine dealer. He got in trouble. He was a cocaine dealer or something.
I want to say his name because I think I know
something
who it
like
is.
a bull. Something to do like a bull.
Yeah,
or he
he-
sold bull sauce and
He actually just started following me on Facebook.
say,
I don't know if I should say his name.
well, you don't have to say. I'm
Yeah,
just
I'll
telling
say
you
it off air.
trivia. There's just trivia
Yeah.
shit out there, you know. Yeah, like the girl that won the wing bowl. Did you
Yeah.
ever see that?
Oh yeah. Eric says CD and the Cooker. That's a dream team. How about that? Bob says bingo to your money statement about Kiss and Hulk and Andre. My boy Chris popping in to say hi. Yo, Chris. Thinking of you, buddy. I hope all is good. And we miss you. We miss the fuck out of you, man. Seriously. Come back soon. Eric Lee says Gene Simmons is the skankiest prostitute. Oh, shit. Mike says, I miss Ox Baker. He was a good friend. John, do you know Ox Baker at all?
Did I know him? No. but did
Personally?
I know the wrestling and all that. But no, I never knew. No, I never even was in the locker room and never met him.
Okay. Bob says, I'm addicted to Mountain Dew. That used to be my soda. My two favorite sodas were Mountain Dew and Pepsi.
Mhm.
Eric says Bob Cook and my general Pablo Marquez are tagging in Florida for show. Huggy Bear himself. No shit. Yo, Bob, you're tagging with fucking Huggy Bear? Smack that motherfucker for me. I tagged with Pablo once. Chris says, we will see. I will reach out to you soon. You know where I'm at? I know where you're at. Come on, brother. Come on back. Have some fun with us all. Bob says, love the Ox, also a good friend and one of the funniest people ever.
You know, he was on The Price is Right one time.
He was,
Baker.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago, yeah.
Yeah.
That was before you were fucking born, probably.
Yeah. 84. So, yeah.
Yeah, see?
Yeah. That was funny, though.
Well, this was fun. As always, a lot of great fucking comments from the peanut gallery of our viewers and the peanut gallery of us. Gianni, dude, how did you enjoy hanging out?
I loved it. You know, thank you for having me. Loved it.
Is it different on this side than it is on that side?
No, because you honestly, you guys are family. You guys are my brothers.
Oh,
you know,
fucking awesome. That's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah.
You know what? Yo, John, I think Gianni deserves to get fucking chopped on May 3rd, just to like bring him into the family.
Listen, it won't be me doing any chopping, brother. Seriously. Yeah.
Not my chicken chest, please. No.
You can ask Tony to do that. I think
Tony would love to fucking do it.
How about we have a shot after the matches? How about that? How about we get a shot? How about that?
Hey, there you go. Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, that hotel is going to be fucking popping that night.
I don't usually drink. And I told Megan, my girlfriend who went to bed, I love you, babe. Good night. I said, I'm going to be drinking after the matches May 3rd. She's like, are you going to be able to go to a baseball game the next night? It's like, yeah. So I'm good.
Gianni, where do you live?
Pittsburgh.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you're watching
Pirates.
I don't even know who. Listen, this is how good I am with sports. Who's the baseball team in Pittsburgh?
Pirates.
The Pirates. I was going to say
Pirates,
Steelers, dude. Nah, the Pirates. Okay.
Yeah, I work at Heinz Field, the arena where the Penguins play, and the Pearson Event Center, and my girlfriend works at PNC Park where the Pirates play. So I'm at every venue all the time. So, I mean, it's awesome. You know.
So do you like get to actually see the games, or you?
Yeah.
Are you wrapped up with the fans and all that?
No, once the fans are sitting down, one eye on the fans, one eye on the field.
That's awesome.
Interesting job. Someone wants to know what are our thoughts on the dark side of the ring.
Yeah, Chris wants to know what are your guys' thoughts on the dark side of the ring. So new season's coming out soon. Actually, I can pull up real quick.
I know Tony Atlas is one.
Tony will be there May 3rd at WrestleCon.
Yes.
Let me see.
He's a great artist too.
He is. He I'll give him that. And I don't have. No, I deleted it.
He was a pretty funny guy to share a locker room with too.
Oh, yeah.
And Johnny, I want to thank you for making getting the connections to the ECW arena, the 2300 arena, because that place legendary. Thanks to you guys.
You're welcome on that. But seriously, who'd ever think it would turn out to be what it turned out to be there? You know,
it's crazy to think. Like,
while Bay's looking, let me ask you.
Yeah, I don't. Go ahead.
What's your thoughts on Joey Styles as an announcer?
Are you asking me or Johnny?
Both.
I like Joey for that era of and style, what was going on. He fit it perfectly. I never heard him on anything else to really judge him more than that. But other than he was a pretty good guy to me. And if I judge him on that, there you go.
Bay, what do you think?
I thought for ECW and that product, I mean, he was perfect. For if we had him calling like tonight's show, it wouldn't have worked.
For what he did by himself, he didn't need Cyrus the Virus or Don Callis, whatever you want to call him, which is great. He didn't need Joel Gertner. For what he did by himself was revolutionary.
Yeah, he was an important piece of the whole puzzle. But I don't want to set Johnny off, but season 6 of Dark Side of the Ring, here are the episodes. So initially I kept saying Hell in a Cell. According to this, it's Mick Foley's Hell in a Cell match. Big Van Vader, Tony Atlas, Ludwig Borga, Billy Jack Haynes, Eddie Gilbert, Superstar Billy Graham, Daphne, the original Sheik, and Muhammad Hassan. Now, as I look at that list, when I think of true Dark Side of the Ring, I say to myself, okay, Daphne, Eddie Gilbert, Billy Jack Haynes,
Sheik.
See, I don't know. Is there really a dark side to the Sheik?
For what he did, like in the ring, that's probably what they're going to base it on. He lived that gimmick.
But I think it's a kind of a like Big Van Vader. His dark side was he was an asshole.
Here's the thing, Bay, Chubby. You had said you don't want to set me off. What are you not telling me? What would set me off? Listen, I
just don't want to set you off about ECW stuff.
Listen, you're not going to set. There's nothing going to set me off on ECW. I was the champion there. I was tag team champion there. I was television champion there. Listen, what else is there to say? I did it there. I put it all behind me, my friend. I don't remember anything that I did. Most of the stuff you guys have to tell me. I know I pissed a lot of people off, but how about the people that pissed me off? Whatever, man. I forgot it all. I don't care about it. There's only one thing I do care about, and that's not even a subject for here at all. And that's how I feel, man. I had a career with ECW, man. They may try to erase me from being the champion.
Nah, they can't do that.
But it'll never be done, man. And that's that. So, and that's my feelings. I'm happy that I had the opportunity to do it. I'm happy that I lived out the dream that I did. I just wish I could remember it.
Mike says Ox Baker and him used to hang out at Burger King in Connecticut, and he would sign free promo pics of him slamming Andre the Giant.
Nice.
That's pretty cool. Is Mike an older guy? He knows me.
No, he's
my age, I think.
Yeah, he's early. I think he's early 40s.
Yeah.
Late 30s, early 40s. He also says Tony's a great guy. I worked with him ECPW. Chris says, I think Joey Styles should have been in the Hall of Fame when Paul Heyman got in the... Nah.
No.
Listen,
You're not Hall of Fame
on that, well, let's be truthful. How could it be a Hall of Fame if you put yourself in it?
Exactly.
Listen, man, You could
No,
put
you're
that.
right.
You could put that Hall of Fame next to the dog shit in the dog park in your neighborhood. That's what it's worth. And with a lot of the listed characters are in there, a lot of them guys don't belong there because you know what? They didn't do anything to help younger talent. They thought of themselves, and that's the truth. A lot of them. Buzz Sawyer, to me, was one of the greatest talents there ever was. I absolutely was one of the biggest fans of Buzz Sawyer. Absolutely. There's some great Georgia wrestling with him. There's some great matches with him and Piper. Oh my God, what a talent. What a talent.
Some of them,
And you want to know something? Some idiot like Hulk Hogan has got a career and a name where a guy like Buzz Sawyer is overlooked, just like Dick Slater.
Johnny, you remember the vignettes that Buzz Sawyer used to do with the dogs and the ground meat and everything?
He was truly one of the strongest, baddest dudes in that ring. Yeah, that's for real, man. Vader was a creep. Leon White was a creep, straight up creep. Vader
Tougher?
Should have washed his tights, man.
Who's tougher?
Who's tough?
Hold on.
Vader wasn't that tough. Chris
I'm
Jericho
not talking,
beat him up.
I'm not talking about Vader. I'm talking about who are we just talking about?
Buzz Sawyer.
Buzz Sawyer.
Who's tougher, Haku or Buzz?
Listen, I'm going to tell you something. Here you go. Yeah. A lot of people will tell you Haku. I don't believe that. I don't believe it. I believe Haku definitely was better than most of the dudes in the WWE. So, of course, they're going to say Haku. You put him against Dick Slater. Dick Slater put Sting's head in the toilet. Just remember that. And you know what Sting did? Nothing. Not a damn thing. And you want to know what? Lex Luger wouldn't even help him. So, you want to talk about a bad motherfucker? Right there. That's a bad motherfucker right there. He knocked out John Mathuzak.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. And that wasn't Haku that did that. That was Dick Slater. So you want to talk bad with me? I say Dick Slater, Dirty Dick Murdoch, Harley Race. Those are bad dudes right there.
Where's
Those
Bob?
are dudes that were truly bad. And you want to know who else was one bad son of a bitch? Dr. D. Dave Schultz.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where's
Okay.
I want to hear Cooker's input on this one. Who was the fucking? And don't forget too, somebody who's going to be at the TWA WrestleCon and One and Done, the fucking Raging Bull, Manny Fernandez.
My boy Manny.
Wait a minute.
My boy.
Paul Roma right now may seem like he's a nice guy. He's a jerk off.
That's I never
Let me
really
tell
heard
you
good
something.
things about Paul.
I'm just going to tell you this. There was a lot of rumors about him. That's all I'll say. Jim Powers.
Yeah, I know.
He was straight up. I'll tell you the difference between Jim Powers and Paul Roma. Jim Powers didn't sleep with Pat Patterson. I didn't say Paul Roma did. All I'm saying is Jim Powers walked.
I did not have. Remind me to get my disclaimer.
Listen, man.
These
I ain't
statements
saying
are from
anything
Johnny.
that no. Listen. There was a lot. We would talk about Steve Lombardi. How did he keep his job?
There we go.
I mean, you really want to talk about these things, brother? Don't tell me, man. He asked the question. He asked a real question. I didn't say anything negative about Paul Roma. All I said is that Jim Powers left. He did not sleep with Pat Patterson. Did I mix words there? What disclaimer do you need on that?
I love when Johnny shoots from the hip.
Bob says Haku was one of the coolest people ever. Just saw him a couple weeks ago. He comes to our Legends lunches in
Listen, I
Tampa
wrestle.
every time.
I wrestled Haku. I wrestled Haku. The man took care of me. He treated me with nothing but respect. One of the softest speaking guys. All we're talking about here is reputation versus what was really done in the day. Here goes one. How about when Ken Patara and Mr. Saito threw all the cops through the plate window, beat the whole fucking bar up? That happened. That definitely happened. That definitely happened. How about Ken Patara broke out of the handcuffs? That happened. That really happened. I don't know about the other dudes. Yeah, Paul Roma is an asshole, Christopher. And I could say that because I was in the WWF. I was in the locker room. I'm the one that tripped Rockin' Rebel. He went face first on Hulk Hogan's boots. Mr. Hogan, I just wanted your autograph. You fucking
Wait, what?
fair.
Hold on, what?
What? I didn't, what?
Hold on.
Listen, I got so many stories, bro. You
Hold
don't
on.
even know the tip of the iceberg.
I'll work-
HotBody's
I'll
been
work-
through, brother.
And I can't wait to hear them all. A worker asked another worker for their autograph. Like, what?
I tripped him. He was going across the line. I seen him out the corner eye. I'm sitting there, and this is listen, bro. Listen, this might not even. I'm sitting in the dressing room. It's me, Gary Wolf, Anthony Durante, Sweet Daddy Falcone, Dennis Allen, Christopher Daniels. Joe Daniels. There were so many of us from Larry Sharp's school. Here comes this bozo ass clown. He's going to make head, tails, ass, and elbow to the locker room. He seen Hulk Hogan coming down the runway. He's going off for him. I seen him. Gary goes, "What's this asshole doing?" I went, boom. He went flying. He slid right down. Boom. Face first, Hogan's boots. Boom. Mr. Hogan, I just wanted to autograph. I wanted to tell you you're the greatest. You're the greatest. Andre the Giant turns to me and goes, "Good trip, kid." I mean, boss. If he called me boss, he went, "Good trip, boss." Just like that, he opened up his attaché case, pulled out a bottle, big bottle French wine, and in Andre's hand, that bottle of wine looked like it was yesterday, man. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, those are just some of the things I experienced and seen and know, and just don't ask me too much. You don't want the truth.
Bob says Bud Sawyer was a great wrestler, but at the same time, one of the biggest assholes to ever walk the earth.
Yes.
He hurt people. He took liberties with people in the ring. He hurt tons of the TV guys and more.
Yes. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And what makes him a bad guy? He was stiff in the ring.
He also took on.
The truth. Yo, I made a joke about that. No, listen, man. Yeah, if you point out the bad points on everyone, you'd have a laundry list on every single person that walks the streets. Do you think every single one of these wrestling guys has a clean slate? You're kidding yourself. Who asked that question? Who made that statement, Bay? Chubb? Who made that thing about Buzz Sawyer?
Oh, it was Bob Cook.
Cook. Bob. How many guys you know in the business who aren't an asshole, seriously? Who haven't taken liberties, who haven't taken money from people who want to get into business, who don't belong in the business. Listen, if you ask me to train you and I tell you it's $3,000 and you give me the $3,000 and I train you and you just can't cut it, is that my fault?
No,
you can't. You can't count. You can't account Buzz Sawyer on being tough on the guys. There was a lot of guys that would do jobs, and I do know this, Bob. I do, because I tag team with George South. There was a lot of guys, okay, that came through those doors for Saturday morning beat-ups, and a lot of them guys got off on them beat-ups because they were on TV, $25, $30, whatever the case may be, whether their pride was hurt, maybe their ego was hurt. That's on them for getting in the ring. I know that you probably have put guys in holds that you thought probably deserved it. I mean, who hasn't? I've been in a ring with guys that did things to me that I didn't think that were so kind. But, that's the business. It is professional wrestling. If you cry about it, you're a pussy. You don't belong in the business, which is 80% of the guys in the business today. The girls got more balls than them.
I'm not going to disagree with some things there.
No, I'm not either.
Well, you can disagree, brother. Chubby, you can disagree with me, brother. You're supposed to disagree with me. You don't always have to agree with me. No one has to agree with me. But there are a lot of guys that come into those doors that thinking they're professional wrestlers. Listen, even myself. Hey, you guys hold me up to this high standards. I may have wrestled in the WWF, but I wasn't the guy with the title till Ultimate Warrior left it on my back. But anyways, quite seriously, you get into business, man. It's part of the business. You get beat up. You get a broken nose. You get broken ribs. You get black and blue. You get your head busted. I was in matches with Tony Stetson. Tony Stetson and I killed each other. Okay? No worse for wear. It made us both better. It made us both tougher. You can't make the wrestling business. You can't let it get the best of you. If you do, you crash and burn. I'm a perfect example of it.
Magic Mike says he had So let me precedent this. I used to have a podcast network back in the days before all the video and shit. And it was an audio network. And I had like 15 different shows on my network. One of those shows, I had met Bret Hart's older brother, Smith Hart, at a wrestling convention in Philly, and we hit it off, became friends. And he came to me, he wanted to do a podcast. And I set him up with Magic Mike here as Magic Mike became his producer. And they used to do a podcast once a week, a live show. And Smith would have all these amazing guests come on. Abdullah the Butcher was one week. All types of. I need to try to dig out the audio and release those tapes. There was a lot of interesting conversation, and as Mike says, he had Ken Patera on, and Ken was very drunk and very blunt, and Smith had zero filter. Smith didn't give a fuck what he said about, and he was very politically incorrect.
He sounds like me.
No, honestly, John, he made you like an angel.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Seriously. Yeah.
On the Abby tip, I shared the locker room with Abby, and he was nothing but a perfect gentleman.
Yes.
I know there's a lot of individuals who might not speak kindly of Abby, but I loved Abby, man. Seriously.
I had the pleasure of meeting Abby last summer. Nothing but a perfect gentleman.
A lot of them guys, the old timers that were heels, were some of the nicest guys, man. I shared the locker with the Koloffs and all those guys, man, and they were nothing but the nicest guys. Stan Hansen, one of the nicest guys. Terry Funk, man, nice guy too. Yeah, a lot of them. You would never expect that. Now, when it came to the good guys, those were where your jerk offs were.
Well, there you go. We could fucking sit here all day and all night talking this stuff. It's amazing. It really is.
Well, I just answered the question. Hey, we'll go.
Hey.
It's your calls. Your call, Chubb.
Well, it's almost Christ. It's 1:00 in the morning where you guys are, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I better get to bed. Oh
yeah.
shit.
It's almost midnight here. Guys, I want to thank you guys.
Thank you
so much. Thank everybody for watching and listening, chiming in. I will be back tomorrow night. Check this one out. Tomorrow night I'll be back. I did a watch along a few weeks back with Johnny and Tony, and we
Ooh.
watched their hair versus hair match. Tomorrow night, I am reuniting Twisted Steel and Sex Appeal.
Reunited and it feels so good.
Donnie Allen and Ernesto Benefica, and we're going to sit and watch their ECW match against Stan Hansen and discuss that whole setup, the match, the devastation, the injuries,
Wow.
the ass beating that those fucking guys got. It's going to be interesting. And I can't wait to sit and talk with both of them. I love those fucking guys. We're going to have a lot of fun. Tune in tomorrow night. Don't forget, May 3rd, TWA returns for 24 hours. We have WrestleCon in the afternoon, one and done at night. We're raising a fucking banner. We got 8 killer matches. We're going to have an emotional roller coaster of nostalgia and emotions, fun, and after party. And it's just going to be a whirlwind 24-hour time span. TWA's back 24 hours. And if you are an elite member of PWI Insider, it's TWA week. They released Joel Goodhart's interview today. Tomorrow they release my interview. So it'll be interesting to hear that. And yeah. Any plugs you guys want to throw out?
Yeah, see us next Monday nights, right
There
after Netflix Raw.
There you go.
I hope it's better than this week.
May 3rd, HotBody in the house, and Gianni's in the house, the belt guy, the belt dude, as I would refer to him, to Mr. Goodhart. And we got belts available. I think it's either 6 or 7 are left.
Okay.
So we have the belts, $279. Get one ASAP before they go. There's all types of stuff. Love you all. Johnny, I love you. Gianni,
Love you too,
I love you.
Love you too, brother.
Thank you all.
Gianni, thank you so much.
Thank you, man.
And we'll all talk soon. We'll see you tomorrow night and next Monday.
Yes.